Yes, guys. So in this video, we are going to discuss. In the previous video, we were discussed about the concept of underwriting of the shares or the debentures. Now, in this video, we are going to discuss some terms regarding the underwriting of shares or a debentures. So, we'll start with a very important term, which is marked application and unmarked application. So, this term will be very helpful when we are going to calculate the liability of the underwriters. Whatever the underwriters is being appointed by the company for the underwriting of shares. So that time, what all the liabilities are there of the underwriters, in that case, it will be helpful. So basically, what is this marked application? Basically, when we are doing an agreement with the underwriters, okay, for issue of shares, whether that issue will be from the general public or they are going to purchase it by their own, okay. So if they are going to purchase, if they are going to issue it to the general public, in that case, if for one company only 5 or 6 underwriters are there, so it will be very difficult for a company to recognize that which underwriter have issued how much shares or of their gross liability. Okay, in that case, when underwriters used to take up the shares, take up or do the agreement regarding their gross liability, in the issue application form, they used to give some stamp of their own. With that stamp only, the company will be able to recognize that how many applications for the issue of shares, how many applications have come from all the underwriters. Okay, just say example, you have a 3 underwriter X, Y, and Z. Okay, so X will give his own stamp in all the applications. Now, whatever applications are coming to a company will be able to recognize very well that how many shares is being issued by the X underwriters. Same will be followed for Y and Z. So this is the concept here of the marked application, that when they are taking up the responsibility of issue of share. Okay. So whatever their agreement number of shares are there, they have to issue it. Okay, so with marked application only, we used to recognize that how many shares they have already accomplished. Now, what is this unmarked application? So basically, when a company is issuing a share, so they will not be only fully reliable on the underwriters. Okay, they also will try by their own that how many shares they can issue by their own effort. Okay, so in case if from the company's effort only, if any issue of shares has happened, so that all applications will be unmarked applications, which is only being issued by the company. Okay, so as they have already done the agreement, full agreement with the underwriters, so whether they are issuing by their own, okay, or whether they are not issuing by their own, the company, okay, all will be responsibility of underwriters only. So if any unmarked applications are also coming to the public, so that also will be added to the liability of the underwriters. Okay, that will decrease the liability of the underwriters. So this is the basic concept here regarding the marked and unmarked application. Now we will see what all the different underwriting of shares are there. So full underwriting, very first is full underwriting. So this full underwriting means that whatever the number of shares are there, that will be fully underwritten by the underwriters. Okay, if the company is going to issue 40,000 of the shares, so full 40,000 of the shares will be responsible, that underwriters will be responsible to issue. Okay, now come if we are coming to partial underwriting, so in that case they are going to underwrite only part of the full issued share. Okay, for example, if 40,000 of the shares are there, issued shares are there, so in that they are going to subscribe only for 10,000 or 20,000 like that. Okay, so that will be partial underwriting. Now, what is this sole and joint underwriting? So basically, if that issue of shares, if in that issue of shares only one and only underwriter is there who is going to underwrite the shares or the debentures, so they will be a sole underwriter. Okay, and if in the underwriting of shares, if more than one underwriters are there, so we will call it as a joint underwriting. Now, next is the normal, pure, or conditional underwriting. So basically, in this, whatever when they are going to issue the shares to the general public. Okay, so if in case if it is not fully subscribed by the general public, so in that case they are going to take up that unsubscribed share. Okay, so this will be your normal underwriting or pure underwriting or conditional underwriting. Okay, the last one is firm underwriting. Now this is the concept where if there is a possibility that if they are going to issue a share to the general public and it is going to be fully subscribed, okay, in that case also the underwriters are going to have some part of the share. Okay, they are going to purchase some part of the shares. Okay, so that is a firm underwriting. Just say example that 40,000 shares is being issued by a company. Now, out of that 40,000, the underwriters want to take a 10% of the issued share. Okay, so that 10% will be firm underwriting. Now, apart from that 10%, whatever issued shares are there, they can just give it to the general public for the issue. Okay, so that firm underwriting is that whatever the condition is, underwriters are going to take. In case of conditional underwriting, if it is being fully subscribed by the general public, so in that case they are not going to purchase any shares. But if in firm underwriting, if it is a firm underwriting, so they have to purchase some amount of the share. So basically in the firm underwriting, this is the case that if they are knowing or if they are just recognizing that in future this company is going to prosper very nicely, so in that case they used to have some share of their company so that in future they are going to have a very good profit. So this is the basic concept regarding the underwriting of shares. So in our next video, we are going to discuss about our next chapter. Okay, till then, bye-bye. Take care.